Hey everybody, welcome to class number 24. So as we are wrapping up level 1, we're going to do a mastery drill class today. So this is kind of like a testing class, just like if you were attending an actual Krav Maga facility, you go through some curriculum for a while and then you kind of wrap it up and test over it before you move on to the next set of techniques. And so today, as we do our mastery drills, it's really important to remember that with your partner at home, safety and training is very important. We don't want to hit each other so hard that we're injuring each other. We don't want to be that guy or girl that nobody wants to train with, but we also have to have that intensity that's necessary to be an awesome Krav Maga martial artist. So as we do these mastery drills, what I always tell my students here at my facility is I don't care if you forget the technique or you feel as though you've done it wrong or whatever the case might be, the number one rule is you cannot stop. If my eyes are closed and I don't know which angle I'm being attacked from and I don't know exactly what the attack is going to be, that's the point of the drill. So if I get attacked in a way that I don't remember or I haven't learned yet or whatever the case might be, I need to react, because the main thing that you're learning, especially as you go through level 1 and level 2, is just how to react. That's the most important thing, because the average person, when confronted with a situation in which they might need to defend themselves, their number one thing that they do is just deer in the headlights. They freeze up. But as a Krav Maga martial artist, you fly into action. We're only the defender for long enough that it takes, for us to recognize that we're being attacked, and then we become the attacker. So as we do these mastery drills, just keep that in mind. Lots of intensity, and don't stop moving, and don't cheat yourself. Do the whole drill and then maybe even pause it and do even more. Yeah, that would be fantastic. So just as we always do, we're going to start up with the warm-up. We're going to get the blood flowing and get everything going so we can not get injured and all that good stuff. So we're going to start off with 30 seconds of high knees. So on the timer, gentlemen, I want you to go ahead and do 30 seconds of high knees. Go. So when you first start your warm-up, it's good to really take as deep of a breath as you possibly can in through your nose and then let it out through your mouth. We're trying to elevate your heart rate at a slow, steady, safe pace. Got about 10 more seconds of high knees, and then we're going to move on to burpees, everybody's favorite. 2, 1, time. Okay, burpees, go. You don't have to do, as fast as you possibly can or anything like that. We're just elevating that heart rate, getting ready for an awesome workout. Halfway through burpees, you can kick up the intensity a little bit if you want to. We're going to move on to toe touches next. When we do toe touches, we're laying down on our backs and we're reaching around our legs to touch the pinky toe with our fingers. Okay, so go ahead and do a break fall for me, gentlemen. And now notice their feet are flat on the mat and they're going to reach around their legs and then touch the pinky toe side to side. Go ahead. So keeping those abs tight the entire time and just moving side to side. Keep those arms straight. Only 12 more seconds. Here in 5 seconds, we're going to be moving on to star jumps. This is a really fun exercise. It's actually kind of difficult. So stand up for me, gentlemen. Now, when we do star jumps, it's actually kind of a form of a jump squat, but then we're also getting all the way outstretched in the air. So we're going to demonstrate that once or twice for you, and then we'll start the timer for 30 seconds. So go ahead and do a couple of slow repetitions of star jumps, gentlemen. So they're squatting down, making a star, and then going all the way back to the squatting position. So what I want you guys to really make sure that you do is as you're here, you want to get all the way outstretched and then go right back to your position as you land. So show me that a couple of times. All the way out and then right back in. Very good. All the way out, right back in. Okay, very nice. So now we're going to start the timer for 30 seconds. Go at your own pace. Go. Very nice. As you land, I want you to bend your knees and go right into that squat. Halfway through. Love the good steady pace. After this, we're going to be moving right into regular old squat jumps. 5 seconds. Keep going. Get a couple more in. 2 seconds. And time. Now regular squat jumps. Go. So they're squatting down, jumping up in the air, squatting down as they land. There you go. For the sake of balance, you can kind of have your hands forward as you squat down and then reach back as you jump. There you go. Very nice. 10 seconds. After this, we're just going to do some stretching and we're going to be fine. And time. Very good, very good. Okay, now for dynamic stretching, I just want you to roll those arms forward. Go ahead. A few seconds of that. Now let's go backwards. Really get your full range of motion. Now let's hug it out. Cross your arms. Very nice. Now trunk twists. When you first get started with trunk twists, you might have a few adjustments of the spine. You might feel a couple of pops here and there. Be sure that you're not going extremely way too far. It's nice and easy. Very good. Now circle your hips. Very good. Now bring those feet together and circle your knees. Awesome. Be sure you go in both directions, all that good stuff. Now we're going to squat side to side, so I'm going to bring my feet out. I'm going to squat on one, on the other, side to side. Go ahead. Be sure that you leave on the leg that's all the way outstretched, you leave that heel on the mat, pointing those toes up towards the ceiling. Anchoring yourself on the ground, keeping yourself in good balance, going side to side at your own pace. Pretty slow though. Very good. Go ahead and stand all the way up for me, please. Now let's roll those necks out. All right, awesome job. Now I don't want you to cool off too much, so let's go ahead and knock out 10 push-ups really quick, and we're going to get to our first mastery drill. 10 push-ups. Do every rep. Everybody can do 10 push-ups. You can do it. Awesome. Okay, so for our very first mastery drill, guys, I want one of you to go ahead and get boxing gloves on for me. So it's very important to have the proper safety equipment. Boxing gloves would be fantastic, especially when we're doing mastery drills. We want to up the intensity a little bit. Training with realistic angles is very, very important. So if Mr. Taylor here is going to parry my jab, I don't want to be throwing a jab way out here. He doesn't have to do anything in order to avoid that punch. He just has to stand still. So I'm actually looking at his nose and I'm intending to hit him in the nose. And if he misses, then I'm actually going to hit him in the nose. But I'm not hitting hard, and we have boxing gloves on, so you're not going to get injured. It's no big deal. So show us a couple repetitions of just straight punches. Let's just do a jab cross. And so inside defenses, notice that he's not exaggerating his parry, where you got to remember to stay in a good defensive position, all that good stuff. Okay, time. And so now when Curtis throws a big looping punch or like a big haymaker, rather than covering up, what I want you to do is a 360 block, and I want you to burst in there and actually touch the chest with the palm heel strike. So obviously we can't strike to the face. That would do a lot of damage and show that we're becoming the attacker, but obviously we can't hit each other in the face in our classes. They're just like that. So good, time. And so we're going to do this for 1.5 minutes each, and obviously this is a mastery drill, so we want to have a good amount of intensity. The partner doesn't know what his or her partner is going to do, so you can do the variation at home where you're closing your eyes, they push you, as soon as you get pushed you hit your defensive stance, and then you go and do whatever you're going to do. So let's go ahead and do that variation today. So Mr. Taylor, if you can be in a passive or neutral stance, eyes closed, you push him whenever you want, and then do the attack. Very good. And so let's do that. We're just going to demonstrate once or twice more, and then we're going to add some intensity to it. One more time. Very nice. Okay, so now as we do this, I want you guys to shuffle around about a quarter turn in between each repetition. And again, show me some intensity. We're going to start the timer for 1.5 minutes. Go. Very nice. Very good. So if and when you mess up, it's super important that you just keep going. Very nice. I like that good steady pace. Keep it up. Let's go. Okay, time. And for the last 30 seconds, I want you to be closing your eyes in a neutral or passive stance. Push, and then each repetition, I want you to do that attack individually. Go ahead. So we're here, and then hit it. Bam. Good. A little bit faster. Let's do this. Hit him faster after you push him. Boom. You got to react quickly. So notice how fast he's having to hit that stance. By the time he gets in that stance, that attack should be coming. Only a couple seconds. Get one more in. Time. Good job. So let's go ahead and switch gloves, please, gentlemen. So same thing. We're going to demonstrate a couple of times just to make sure that the partners at home that are switching, so our new hitters, you are going to be, again, practicing realistic training angles. If your partner fails to actually make contact with that 360 block, that bursting style 360 block, or they are a little bit too early on their parry or a little bit too late, you are going to make contact with them because you're intentionally trying to hit them in the face, in the nose, or in the ear, whatever the case might be. And that's no big deal because we're wearing boxing gloves and we're not hitting as hard as we can, all that good stuff. But we have to know, and even if you do get hit in the face, it's really important to know what that feels like as well. So let's go ahead and demonstrate just a couple of times. So Mr. Taylor now is going to be throwing, could be a jab or a cross. Let's just do jab cross real quick. So yeah, go ahead and hit your stance. Yeah, and so we're going jab, go jab, cross. So inside defenses are parrying. Show me that a couple more times. Jab, cross. Okay, now a big looping haymaker. He's going to do 360 block and he's making contact with the chest. Go ahead and a couple more times. Good. Now, one thing that I want to point out that both of these students are doing today is they are not having tunnel vision. They're not looking at the attack that's coming to them when it comes to those looping punches, which is very important when we're practicing 360 blocks. If he is coming towards my ear and I look at it, okay, that's going to change my angle. I'm going to hit them and eat the next punch. I want to be kind of zoning out, looking at his chest, and I want to allow my peripheral vision to pick up those attacks that are coming towards me. That's really important. So now we're going to start the timer here in just a second for 1.5 minutes, and now Curtis is going to be the defender. Let's do this. Go. So just starting off, just get your bearings. I want you to shuffle around. Shuffle around. Keep going, gentlemen. Don't forget to burst. Shuffle around. Got 30 more seconds of this, and then we're going to close our eyes and add a little bit more intensity to this. Let's add a little bit more power to those attacks. There we go. Yeah, we got to really be paying attention. 5 more seconds. Couple more in. Okay, time. Neutral or passive stance, eyes closed, push, and then make sure that attack comes very quickly after the push. Go. See, he's got to hit that stance as fast as he possibly can after he gets touched, and then he opens his eyes, he recognizes which attack is coming, and then he reacts appropriately. When you first start reacting like this, your reaction time isn't going to be that great, but then we can improve that every single time we practice drills just like this. Only a few more seconds. And time. Very nice, very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and put those boxing gloves away. Alrighty, now moving on to the second mastery drill, we call this rapid self-defense. So what we're going to be doing is practicing grabs. So we've got, obviously, as usual, one attacker, one defender. The grabs that we're going to be working on specifically are all the wrist grabs from level 1. So we've got 2 hands high. So for example, if somebody pushes me and I get back into my stance and he's trying to stop me from being able to do something, I've got my 2 hands high defense, 2 hands low. We've got 2 hands on 1 wrist grabs, all the things that we've been practicing already. We also have choke from behind with arms extended, and then we have choke from the front with arms extended. So these are specifically grabbing type attacks. On the very first minute, we're going to do releases only. It's important that you remember which specific release works the best for which specific attack, and then on the next minute, we're going to do a release, and then we're going to do lots of really intense follow-up combatives. Obviously, safety and training, being sure not to hurt our partner, but we do want to see a good amount of intensity with that. So let's just go over a couple of things real quick. Curtis, I'm going to have you be the attacker first. Just do a couple of wrist grabs real quick. So this is same side wrist grab. Let's go ahead and see what that looks like. He's going to leverage his way out of there, do a different one, different wrist grab. Okay, 2 on 1, reaching in between. Love it. Let's do one more. Opposite side. Yep, go ahead. Very nice. There's actually a couple variations of that. So we've got opposite side. I can hit. I can go into my combatives from there, or I can simply pull back and wave to the extent that I can. Palm heel strike that off. Any of those are acceptable here. And then let's do front choke real quick, just to make sure everybody remembers what we're doing. Beautiful. And then back choke. Turn around. There we are. Boom. So Mr. Taylor chose to do cover and turn. I love that one, but then we can also swing, wrap around the arms, and then return combative. So releases only for the first minute. Mr. Taylor, you are the defender. Go on the bell. Lots of intensity. This isn't just slow practice. This is a mastery drill. I want you guys to really crank up that intensity. All right, change sides. You need to shuffle around, move around a little bit. What's it going to be? Yeah. You can do the same attack 3 times in a row. You can never repeat yourself. Whatever you want to do. It's only a minute. Very nice. Attackers, be sure you're grabbing firmly enough on these wrist grabs and on these chokes that we actually have to execute those releases properly in order to get away. Very important. Awesome. Only 12 seconds left of this first minute. There we are. Time. Okay, now on the second minute, now you'll notice Mr. Taylor was doing a couple combatives anyway in Krav Maga. One of these very important central overarching philosophies is we defend ourselves by attacking, but I want you to do your best to only do the releases on the first minute, but now we're going to do releases and then intense follow-up combatives. He's going to beat them all the way up, right? All right, let's do this. So now Curtis is going to grab again, and we're going to release and lots of combatives. Go! Yeah, I want some softening blows before and then follow up after. Yeah, notice how Curtis is protecting himself at all times. Very important, especially when you got a mean guy like Mr. Taylor. Yeah, I love it. Move around. Use the space of the room. Oh, number 7 elbow. Love it. Love it. Very clean. Let's try to switch those combative combinations up. Okay, now he's already in his stance. Hit the 2 hands high. Go. 2 hands high. There it is. Yeah. There we go. Switch it up. 10 seconds. Let's go, let's go. Don't give him any time to rest, Curtis. Get him. Yeah. Time. Great job, gentlemen. Great job. Okay, so now other person is going to be the attacker. Obviously, other person is going to be the defender. So we're just doing releases this time. And I know it's really difficult because those combatives just flow so quickly right after the releases. But try just the releases for 1 minute. So let's go ahead and do this. We've already reviewed it. Go. Good. Shuffle around, use the space of the room. Just do 2 hands low. There it is. Yeah, 2 hands high. Good. Just trying to make sure that they're switching it up, and be sure that you're switching it up at home. Now let's wrap the arms on that rear choke. Yeah, there we are. Oh, there's a combative. We just can't help it. We just can't help it. Only a few more seconds. Get one more in. Time. Great job. Okay, so now we're really going to ramp up that intensity. So now when I say softening blows ahead of time, for example, opposite side wrist grab, or yeah, 2-on-1 even, it doesn't matter. In a perfect world, I'm going to wave this hand way up here, and then I'm going to knock it off, and it's going to be so easy. But if he's really flexing his muscles, he's not going to let me do that. But if I give him a softening blow first, then he's going to be more likely to let me manipulate his arm. So on these releases, I want softening blows first where applicable, and then I want awesome, follow-up combatives, lots of intensity. So we're going to do this for 1 minute. Ready, and go. Big ones. Big motions. I like it. There's a softening blow and follow-ups. That was beautiful. Good job. All right. You're over halfway through. Mix up those combatives. Lots of knees and elbows. Only 15 seconds left. Five seconds. Get one more in. One more. Let's do it. Very nice. Awesome job, gentlemen. Okay, so moving right on to mastery drill number 3. You guys are doing a great job so far, and they're getting sweaty. I can feel it actually, and you should be getting sweaty at home too. If you're not, you need to be working harder. Now, on mastery drill number 3, this is our combatives burnout. So we're going to do, just 5 burpees, 5 really easy burpees, and then you're going to get up and close your eyes, and then your partner is going to have a pad. They're going to push you with that pad at different angles, and you're going to do really, really hard combatives, really as hard as you possibly can for 10 seconds until they say break, or for 10 seconds, which is what we're going to do today. I'm going to be calling break, and they have to be logical combatives to the pad that's being held. So you went last, so let's do this. And so he's going to do 5 burpees. You don't have to do that right now, but just for example, he's standing with his eyes closed. Wherever Curtis bumps him, he's going to turn. Boom. Okay, so he can turn and face the pad. He can turn with his combatives. It doesn't really matter. So side hammer fist. We've got forward and inward hammer fist, downward hammer fist. If Mr. Taylor is holding the pad, if he looks over here and he's holding the pad down, then he can be throwing groin kicks, all that good stuff. So whatever combatives you want to. I just want to really stress the intensity. Anybody can do these things and look pretty when they're not tired, but when you are tired, we still need to be able to hit hard and hit a lot. Okay, so on my count, I want you to do 5 burpees, and we're going to get right into it. So ready, and go. 5 burpees. I want you to go all the way down. Let's go. Hands on the mat. There it is. He's trying to cheat on us, but we're not going to let him. 3, 4, and 5. So now he's standing with his eyes closed. Hard combatives for 10 seconds. Go. Yeah, change it up. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And time. Good job. 5 more burpees. Let's go. On your first repetition, you're going to be like, man, this drill isn't that bad. But then after a couple, you're going to be saying otherwise. All right, let's do it. And time. Great job. 5 more burpees. Let's do it. So this is his 3rd repetition. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going all the way to 5. He's going to close those eyes when he's done with his 5 burpees, and then really hard combatives for 10 seconds. All righty. And go. 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more burpees. Let's do it. Now we're really getting tired. This is when we really see the effectiveness of your technique. Second to last master drill if it makes you feel better. Alrighty, eyes closed. Go. Boom. Groin kick. Downward hammer fist. I love it. Keep going. Groin kick. Time. All right, last one. Last repetition. Let's do this. There's 1 burpee. There's 2. 3. 4. And last one. All right, this is the last one, so I want to see some different combatives. Ready and go. 9, 10. Good. Very nice, Mr. Taylor. Awesome job. Okay, so at this point, you're probably going to be getting fairly tired. I want you to go ahead and grab a short drink of water, and then we're going to come right back, and it's going to be Curtis's turn. Alrighty, so now we're going to go right back into it. So actually, yeah, you are going to be holding the pad, and now you get to do the honor. So just like last time, we're going to go through 5 repetitions, and each repetition consists of 5 burpees and then 10 seconds of really hard combatives. And the angle of those combatives is going to be determined by the pad holder. Bump them nice and hard. You can turn with your combatives into the pad, or you can immediately turn and hit your stance. It doesn't really matter which, as long as those combatives are nice and intense. Okay, ready and go. 5 burpees. Let's do this. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's one more. Get it. Get it. You got to count your own burpees, and then when you're done and your eyes are closed, that's when your partner's going to come and hit you. Whatever angle they want to, and they're going to hold the pad in different ways to call for different combatives. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and do some more burpees. Yay, you get to do more burpees. There's one. Alrighty, let's do this. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. More intensity, more intensity, more. Time. Great job. More burpees. Let's do this. All right, this is your second to last one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, do a couple extra, let's go, and time. Okay, it's your last one. It's your last one. Let's do this. There's one burpee. This shows you what you're made of right here. This is your last one. Let's do the best combatives that we've done so far. All right, absolutely burn it out. Let's do this. Let's do this. 10, 9, 8. Do some different ones. 7, 6. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2. Time. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, I'll put that pad away for us. Very good job. Okay, so that was mastery drill number 3, and I'm sure you're going to be happy to hear that this is the very last mastery drill. So if you need to grab a quick drink of water again, go ahead and do that now. The next drill that we're going to be doing is defend and attack, and so specifically what we're looking on is somebody's attacking with a large strike. We're going to be going over the cover and advance concept here. So I'm covering up so that I don't eat a lot of damage on that first hit, and then we're immediately becoming the attacker. When we make space, in Krav Maga, if you understand the concept of how you're supposed to defend yourself in a certain situation, you should be able to get out of it just fine, even if you haven't learned it yet. You understand the concept, and maybe there's some slightly different variable that somebody's attacking you with. You should be able to figure it out for yourself if you have a good understanding of that concept. But also, to get really good physical proficiency, mental understanding, we have to practice some specific things from time to time. So on this drill, what I want you to specifically do is, let's say he's doing a haymaker or something. I'm moving in and then I'm covering up. So notice that I'm grabbing the back of my head. The most common mistake I see here is people go like this and their block is pointed out. That's really not good. So I want to be here, nice and tight. So it's like a helmet. There's no space. No space there. As I do that, I can move in, boom, and I can hit an elbow. And then what I specifically want you to do, we can go side hammer fist or just kind of chopping at the neck. Both of my hands are pretty close together on his shoulder. I'm going to do a groin kick with the shin. I'm going to push, and then I'm still in my good stance, ready to go. So from a different angle, I'm moving in, boom, cover and advance. Okay, so I'm covering, I'm advancing, I can be here. I really like the number 1 elbow just because I'm so close and it just makes a lot of sense to me. And then I'm going to be here making distance. I'm going to go 1, 2, and I'm ready to go again. Okay, so this is almost like a cool down mastery drill. This is no big deal. So let's see, you went last, so I want Mr. Taylor, you're going to go. Let's just show him what that looks like. Just one more time. Okay, so he went in with a 360 block, a bursting style 360 block. That's totally fine. You can do that, and you can do the actual cover. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so you're going to be standing in the middle. Defender, I want you to have your eyes closed. Then he's going to attack from different angles, and then he's got to orient himself to his attacker. He's got to be in a good stance. He's got to look at when he's going to get attacked and then perform that defense effectively. So let's go. No worries, yeah. Let's do that groin kick. There it is, and then push him away and make space. We're defending, attacking, making space. Very good. Shuffle around. Few more seconds. Very nice. Okay, so now, next partner, and like I said, we're almost cooling down here because this isn't overly strenuous, and when we do drills like this, it's really important that you are really paying attention to your angles, your hand placement. Is my cover actually good, or am I getting lazy and I'm doing this? I need to be all the way here, all that good stuff. So really try to take your time and do this correctly. When you do your shin kick or your groin kick, instep kick, it's going to depend on how far away he is as far as which part of my leg actually hit him. Mr. Taylor, because he was so close, was doing knees a lot. Knees should be interchangeable with the instep kick, okay? So if I thought that he was close enough to do a knee, well, that's no problem. I just extend my leg and it's going to be a groin kick. So no big deal. So I want you to play with those different distances, but again, pay special attention to having great angles. So as Mr. Taylor throws at, or as Curtis throws at me, I'm here, I'm moving in at the same time, I'm putting my hands close together on his shoulder, right near his clavicle here, I'm kicking and I'm pushing, I'm still in a good stance and I'm still ready to go. It is your turn now. I want you to go nice and slow at first, then we're going to pick up the intensity. Go ahead. Good, let's see full extension on that groin kick now. There it is. Yeah, that didn't feel very good. Oh, he added another one too. That was fantastic. Yeah. All right. Now let's pick up that intensity a little bit. Get him, Mr. Taylor. Are you using realistic training angles? Aim for his ear. Yeah. Curtis is going to get punched in the ear if he doesn't do this block appropriately. Yeah, there it is. And that lends itself to more of an overhook sometimes, like what just happened. That's totally fine. Establishing control, giving good combatives, disengaging. One more. Let's do this. Time. As tempting as it is, don't hit your partner when their eyes are still closed. So that was our last mastery drill for our class today, rather. And so now we're just going to do some cool down. When we cool down, we really like to stretch more often than anything else. And so just to make sure that we don't tighten up too much after our workout. So I want you guys to go ahead and stretch one arm across for me, please. Use those shoulders a little bit. We did just a couple burpees. Just a few, right? Not too many. Switch arms. And if you have issues with your lower back, especially if you've noticed that as you're doing your Krav Maga training, a lot of times that does have to do with the flexibility of your hamstrings, the flexibility of your quadriceps. So stretching your legs is very important as well, and we're about to get to that. Let's go ahead and swing those side to side or across them. Yeah. All right, now let's hit those side to sides again, but rather than going side to side, you know, one after the other, I want you to really deepen that stretch out. Okay. Very good. So you're breathing into it, breathe nice and deep. Anytime you're stretching, if you can breathe really deeply and as goofy as it sounds, if you can imagine the air going to the area that you're stretching, it actually does help a lot. So let's go ahead and switch. Very good. Very nice. Okay, and go ahead and have a seat on your butts for me, please. We're going to hit the butterfly stretch. Butterfly. Keep those backs straight. Very good. Leaning forward. Awesome. Now let's extend one leg out in front. Slowly come up and switch legs. Okay, now spread them out for me. Now just very slowly and gently lean to the center. Awesome job. Alrighty, now what I want you to do is go ahead and get on one knee for me, please, just like this. So I'm going to be extending my hip forward, the leg that's bent and the knee that's on the ground here. And then if you want to increase that stretch a little bit, you can take that same side arm and raise it up over your head. You guys know how to do this. Very, very helpful. Slowly put that arm down and let's transition to the other side. If you're getting plenty of stretch with your arm down, obviously don't raise it up. You got to listen to your body. If it hurts, you might be hurting yourself. A few more seconds, breathing deeply. And time. Great job, gentlemen. Go ahead and stand up for me, please. Okay, we hope you enjoyed class 24 today. We certainly had an awesome time, and it's really important that as you do these classes, you need to be judging how good you're doing or how well you're doing on your mastery drills compared to how you did last time. And so it's totally great to continue to do these classes over and over again. You're not done just because you just did it once. Go ahead and do it again, okay? And have a great day and happy training.